Do you realise how big of a thing that is?
No, honestly, we haven't thought about that. We've just been living the moment and celebrating and just enjoying each other's companies, you know. I think as soon as we get home and we see what it means to the people back home, I think then we'll start thinking, you know, about what we can do going forward. Yeah. For me, thank you. Yeah, honestly, like we said from the beginning, it's not about us. This is not about us. It's not about our own achievement. It's about what the country needs at this point of time, and that's been the driving force for us as a team.
And what are you feeling right now?
I think it's not real yet until we get back home. I think, yeah, the last time it happened, we couldn't believe what we saw. I honestly think it's going to be far bigger this time than the last time.
You've had Twickenham's win yesterday.
Well, firstly, I've probably aged about 25 years over the last 3 weeks. 1-point wins 3 times in a row. The toughest journey to win a Rugby World Cup. Having to face the top 5 teams in the world in the last 7 weeks and go on to do something absolutely spectacular. Create a piece of history that no other South African side has ever achieved. Puts this team in, I want to say, a different stratosphere in what they've done. Kolisi in 2019 already epitomized the ultimate of what is good in South Africa and what is possible, and he took it to another level. This team under Rassie Erasmus and Jacques Nienaber have really pushed the boundaries. They've been innovative. They've stood their ground despite sometimes having the whole world against them, and they went out last night against all odds and did something absolutely incredible. And as a South African, you wake up this morning extremely proud, but you wake up extremely resolute to understand how much this team gave for themselves, for each other, but for the jersey and for the country. A country that has so many problems, and a story of Kolisi, who was in the midst of abject poverty, to really become true rugby and sporting royalty, transcends the field in a way that no one else does. So it was pretty special. I'm assuming there was a lot of drinking. For those of us that left the stadium a bit late, it meant that straight to bed. But South Africa will be celebrating the jubilation, euphoria and elation that we've seen over social media and media coverages over the last couple of days has been absolutely phenomenal. And long may this team be celebrated, because they're pretty special.
Brian, is now South Africa.
Great to have.
You're proud?
I have not been more proud in my life. I said in 2019, I thought that was the best World Cup that South Africa had ever had. I was there in '95, getting inspired to take up the game of rugby, but 2019 had us seeing the most transformative Springbok team to ever win a World Cup, but speak to 80% of our population. Fast forward 4 years, our problems have just got greater. Load shedding has just got longer, crime has just got worse, corruption has just got worse. But the beaming light that the Springbok team is, the manner in which they provide a sense of unity, a sense of inspiration, but most importantly a sense of hope, is unprecedented. And for us as South Africans, we're not only proud, we are just incredibly grateful that this team went above and beyond in giving us something that no one else has given us before.
Jacques?
Oh, look, when you get to a final and believe you've got a team that's good enough to win and you come up short, yeah, it's going to be disappointing. But these are the games you want to play in, and there's always someone that comes out successful and someone that doesn't. And the ones that do, like the guys walking here behind, got a big grin on their face. And I've been in that situation, but I've also been in the situation where the All Blacks are at the moment. And that's the cruel thing about sport. But whatever the situation, like, they gave themselves a chance, even right up to the last minute. You can talk about all the things that led up to that, but they were in with a shot. They didn't give up, and ultimately it wasn't quite enough. But it's cruel way to finish, but it's what you get in these tournaments.
Razor's taking over now.